Hello, curious people of the world. Welcome to a new video where curiosity never stops. Today we have a video full of surprises. We bring you 25 curious facts that you surely didn't know. So get ready to be surprised and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating content. 1. Feline love. Does it urinate as a declaration? If you have ever had a cat and you have found that it has urinated on your belongings, do not be alarmed. This behavior can be a way for your cat to tell you that it likes you. Cats mark their territory with their urine, and if they do it on your things, it is a sign of affection. However, it is important to remember that this behavior can also be a sign of stress or health problems. Cats are very sensitive animals and can react to changes in their environment, so it is always advisable to pay attention to their behavior. 2. Alcohol and obesity. A recent study has revealed that women who consume alcohol in moderation are less likely to be obese. Although this may seem counterintuitive, it is suggested that moderate consumption of certain alcoholic beverages, such as red wine, may have beneficial effects on metabolism. Red wine, for example, contains antioxidants that may help reduce the risk of heart disease. However, it is crucial to remember that excessive alcohol has adverse effects on health and should always be consumed in moderation. 3. E.T. and adult perceptions. In countries such as Sweden, Finland, and Norway, the film E.T. the Extraterrestrial was banned because it depicted adults as enemies of children. This decision reflects a cultural concern about how intergenerational relationships are portrayed in the media. The film, although iconic, was seen as a threat to children's perceptions of authority and protection. This fact invites reflection on how the stories we consume influence our view of the world. 4. Kangaroos and their peculiar anatomy. Female kangaroos have 3 vaginas, 2 lateral ones for carrying sperm, and a central one for giving birth. This anatomical peculiarity allows them to always be ready to reproduce and maximize their chances of reproductive success in a hostile environment. In addition, kangaroos have a unique reproductive system that allows them to carry out multiple pregnancies at once, which is a fascinating phenomenon within the animal kingdom. 5. Kasu Maru, a cheese with extras. Kasu Maru cheese, originally from Sardinia, Italy, is famous for containing live maggots that jump around as you eat it. This delicate delicacy is considered a local delicacy, but its consumption has been the subject of controversy due to concerns about food safety. Despite this, locals defend its unique flavor and culinary tradition. This cheese is a perfect example of how food customs can vary drastically between cultures. 6. Did you know that the mark your tongue leaves on a piece of paper is as unique as your fingerprints? Every person has a distinct pattern on their tongue, which opens up a new field in biometric identification and personal security. This discovery could have interesting applications in the future, especially in fields such as criminology and personal identification. 7. The famous poet Lord Byron was known for his eccentric behavior and tumultuous love life. One of his strangest quirks was his collection of pubic hair from his lovers, a reflection of his obsession with the unusual and personal. This curious fact shows us how even the most admired historical figures can have strange habits that defy our expectations. 8. Condoms of the past. The first condoms were made from animal and fish intestines. Although there are much safer and more effective options today, this historical practice shows how our understanding of sexual health has evolved. As societies have progressed, so have the norms around sex and protection. 9. Buzz Aldrin and the moon. Buzz Aldrin was the first person to urinate on the moon right after stepping on it. This curious fact is not only interesting from a historical perspective, but it also highlights the human needs in even the most extraordinary situations. Space exploration has brought humans into extreme conditions where even basic biological functions must be considered. 10. The leopard frog has an unusual hunting technique. It uses its eyes to catch its prey. When it wants to eat something, it sinks its eyes into its head to push its prey into its mouth, proving that nature always finds ingenious ways to survive. These types of adaptations are perfect examples of how animals have evolved to adapt to their environments. Wait a minute. If you are amazed by these curious facts as much as I am, don't forget to give the video a like and share it with your friends. 11. Ancient Romans used urine to wash and whiten their teeth. Although this may sound disgusting today, the ammonia present in urine has bleaching properties that were put to good use by our ancestors. This fact reminds us of how personal hygiene practices have changed over time and how our perceptions about cleanliness have evolved. 12. Some fruit flies are immune to the effects of alcohol thanks to a genetic mutation. This makes them the only known animal that cannot get drunk, which raises interesting questions about evolution and biology. This unique ability could open up new avenues of research into how different species handle toxic substances. 13. People who suffer from methemoglobinemia have a blue skin color due to a genetic abnormality. This rare condition is inherited and has led to the existence of entire families with this peculiar appearance. This phenomenon shows us how genetic variations can influence our physical characteristics and how these differences can be perceived by society. 14. Farting can help lower blood pressure. Although it may seem like a taboo topic, some research suggests that releasing intestinal gas may have benefits for cardiovascular health. This curious fact underscores how even the most mundane aspects of our biology can have significant implications for our health. 15. The eyes are the only part of the body that remains the same size from the moment we are born. This means that our eyes have been viewing the world from a constant perspective throughout our lives. This fact is fascinating because it reminds us how constant some parts of our human being can be, while others change dramatically over time. 16. Sleeping in the cold and nightmares. Sleeping in a cold room can increase the chances of nightmares, and this is due to the relationship between room temperature and sleep quality. When the environment is too cold, our body can experience discomfort, which interferes with the deep and REM sleep stages, where dreams are most vivid. This disruption in the sleep cycle can not only lead to nightmares, but also affects how we process our emotions and memories during the night. In addition, an inadequate sleeping environment can lead to stress and anxiety, thus underlining the importance of creating a space that promotes restful sleep for our mental and emotional well-being. The ideal temperature for sleeping ranges between 15 and 20 degrees Celsius, so adjusting the environment is essential to improve sleep quality. 17. If you look a dog in the eye, you can intimidate it. Dogs interpret direct eye contact as a challenge or threat, which can lead to unexpected reactions. This behavior highlights the importance of understanding nonverbal cues in our interactions with animals. 18. The word fornicate has an interesting etymological origin. It refers to having sex in a bread oven. Today, the RAE dictionary defines it as having intercourse or carnal copulation outside of marriage. But its history reveals a lot about past social norms and how these have changed over time. 19. Psycho was the first film to show a toilet on screen. This inclusion broke cinematic taboos and marked a significant change in how bathrooms were depicted in film. This fact illustrates how art reflects the culture and social norms of its time. 20. Roy C. Sullivan, the man most struck by lightning. Roy C. Sullivan was an American park ranger who held the record for surviving 7 lightning strikes. Although he survived these extraordinary incidents, his life ended tragically when he shot himself. His story is a grim reminder of how even those who seem to have an amazing life can face internal struggles. 21. The Katzenclavier. During the 17th century in Germany, there was the Katzenclavier, a piano that used live cats to make sounds by digging a claw into their tails. This unusual instrument reflects a time when cruelty to animals was commonly accepted and raises ethical questions about how we have treated other species throughout history. 22. For every human on Earth, there are approximately 1.6 million ants. This surprising fact puts into perspective how many living things cohabit our planet and how they interact with each other. Ants are fundamental to many ecosystems and play crucial roles in maintaining ecological balance. 23. The first photographic camera. The first photographic camera took around 8 hours to capture an image. This long and tedious process contrasts dramatically with the instantaneousness of modern cameras and highlights the technological advances we have made in the field of photography. 24. Sneezing during sleep. It is impossible to sneeze while you sleep because the muscles responsible for sneezing are paralyzed during REM sleep. This evolutionary mechanism protects our airways while we rest and underscores how complex our bodily functions are. 25. The life of left-handed people. Left-handed people live on average 8 years less than right-handed people. Although it is completely unknown why this occurs, some studies suggest genetic and environmental factors that could influence this difference. This curious fact reminds us how individual variations can have significant consequences for our health. These 25 fun facts show us just how fascinating and strange life on our planet can be. Next time you meet someone who is interested in learning more about the world, don't hesitate to share some of these fun facts. You might inspire a fascinating conversation or even spark a new passion for lifelong learning. And there you have it, 25 fun facts that will make you see the world in a different way. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any of our future curiosities.